Form 001.
The record of open tendering.
Yes.
Okay. So the subject of the procurement, it says construction of Canifing Municipal Library. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on the column A1, where it says the estimated value of the procurement is $35 million, right?
Yes, $35 million, yes.
And where they said, will the procurement be subjected to international competitive tendering? They have indicated no.
Okay.
Will the procurement be subject to a pre-qualification procedure? They have indicated no. And please confirm that the tender document has been prepared using standard bidding documents format issued by GPPA. They said yes. Okay. Now, for further contracts committee decision, on the next page it says forwarded to GPPA for approval prior to inviting tenders. Then there's the Form 100. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the requisition form, and the requisitioning authority is Canifing Environmental Transformation Program. Is that correct?
Yes.
And where it says please procure the following goods, works or services, none of them has been indicated.
Yes.
Now the item description is construction of Canifing Municipal Library.
Correct.
And the estimated total cost is $35 million.
Correct.
Now where funds availability confirmed, there's no indication of whether it's available or not.
Yes.
Okay. Confirmation of need, the user department is signed by Yahya Jammeh. I think it says procurement and admin officer.
Yes.
And Lamin S. Sanyal on the budget officer, project manager.
Correct.
And approval to proceed with procurement, the accounting officer is Aliu Nyang as project director.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I refer you to the meeting minutes dated the 2nd June 2022.
Council, before you proceed, Mr. Sanyang,
yes.
Can you help us understand whether there are no inconsistencies with respect to the forms that were mentioned by Council, that partly they are filled and partly they are not filled, and looking at the type of committee that was sitting over this contract activity, do you think that justice could be done to your forms since they are following a different procedure altogether?
Actually, I talked to the officials concerned during break. And now what they are confirming, and they are yet to send us the agreements as requested, so that we confirm the relationship and the inconsistencies of the name. But the name of either the contracts committee or the procurement committee, what they responded is like, it's just a change of nomenclature. They are referring to the same committee. However, if you look at the provision of the Act as to the members of the for example, the chair should be the institution or the as opposed to what we have here. We have to look at the document what prevails. But then, as they
no, before you proceed, what we have seen is different from what we have seen previously in their contracts committee, which were headed by the right person.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they are using the words interchangeably, there needs to be an explanation, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this ought to have been highlighted also by the authority to say that you cannot use it because you are not complying with it fully.
Exactly, yes.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Council, you can proceed.
Thank you. So the committee, the procurement committee meeting minutes dated 2nd June 2022. Have you seen it?
Dated
2nd June 2022. Assistant Registrar, could you assist him with the file?
sorry, yes.
You found
2nd June.
Yes, 2022.
2022.
All right. Thank you. So the meeting description, sorry, before that is Canifing Environmental Transformation Program. And the meeting description is review and validate of bid document for community radio station. The meeting number is KATP/07/2022. The date is 2nd June 2022, and the location is KMC main office. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, now the attendance list has Aliou Nyang, Lamin S. Sanyang, Abdoulaye Jammeh, Doudou Jallow, Bakary Diba, Mohamed Lamin Fatajo, Babakar C, and Buba Jadama. Now the agenda is review of minutes of previous meetings and review the bidding documents for the procurement of service for the construction of the municipal library. Now it says the meeting started at 12 p.m. with the usual prayers. Project director, who doubles as the chair, expressed his delight to have members of the committee to attend the meeting. According to him, municipal library is the flagship of the project, and therefore all the activities related to it must be done properly to ensure effective implementation of library without delay. He finally welcomes the committee members to the meeting. The adoption of agenda was proposed by the project officer output 1 and seconded by project officer output 3. Review of the previous meeting says the meeting time should be 2 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. and change the word bidding documents to tender documents. Review of tender document for the procurement of services for construction of municipal library. Change the word bidding to tender, hence the dates are not determined, used to be determined. Remove the amount on the BOQ. Change the commencement of work from June to July on page 1. Change value of previous similar contracts from $2 million to $10 million, and the liquidated damages for the whole of works be changed to 0.1% per day. Any other business, there was no further issues to be discussed. Now, they have said that it is for the procurement of services for the construction of the municipal library. Would that fall under services or works?
construction should fall under works.
Okay. Now, second, they've sent a letter to your office dated 2nd June 2022.
Yes.
Okay, they're saying that the council is implementing the KATP project in partnership with Peterborough City Council and the UK and the Economic Development Agency Opportunity Peterborough. And the 3-year-long project is funded by the European Union and aims to use a sustainable focus on new integrated waste management approaches to drive environmental, social, and economic transformation in the Kanifing municipality in the Gambia. Council is the lead applicant and responsible for implementation of the project. As part of the implementation activities, the project will build a municipal library with multi-purpose spaces that demonstrate circular economy principles, sustainable construction, and other environmentally friendly practices. The municipal library will enhance social inclusion, specifically for children, young people, women, and the disabled. It will be the center of our circular economy initiative, providing space for 200 youth entrepreneurs, access to design labs, and access to innovative technologies. I solicit your approvals. Now,
Council, before you, sorry. Mrs. Sanya, for the dustbin project, was it implemented?
The
dustbin project, was it implemented? The dustbin wheel project?
Yes.
Was the project executed? That is what I meant to say.
Yes, I think so.
Thank you. That is what I just wanted to confirm. Thank you. Council.
Thank you. Now, under this cover letter, is this what, from your understanding, is this what they sent to seek approval for the procurement?
Yes, this is what the covering letter with the other documents that are sent to GPPA for approval. So,
from the other cover letters that we have seen, they usually tell you that they're seeking approval and what they're seeking approval for, etc. Can you see that, or do you see that they're asking for approval to be granted for anything? Because it looks like they're just informing you of what they're planning to do.
If you look at the heading, submission for procurement of services for tender kept, and that, of course, services is wrong. It's not services, but they are telling us that they are submitting, they are making a submission for tender, a submission for tender.
Okay, so in the contents of the letter, do you see what?
No, in the content, they have not indicated much about what they wanted to do, but instead, they were giving us the background of the whole project and so on, but have not talked about or much about what they really intended to do.
Okay. Now, your authorities sent a response dated the 8th of June 2022. And your response is headed Submission for Procurement of Services for Tender, KETP/ADM/RT/K004/2022. Have you seen the letter?
Yes.
Okay, so your authority is saying, following careful review of your submission, the authority hereby grants approval of the bidding documents and the intended procurement method, open tender, for the construction of municipal library. Notwithstanding, you are advised to incorporate as part of your evaluation criteria as follows: A, conformance to the BOQ, B, work methodology, C, price, be specific about key personnel qualifications and experience. The looks forward, I think there's an error there, to being informed of other developments in the subsequent stages of this procurement, including the bid opening and evaluation report. We thank you for your understanding and cooperation and avail ourselves for further guidance on your procurements. Now, you didn't point out that it's not procurement for works.
Yes, that was not pointed out.
Now, would you, in such circumstances, would you usually ask them to redo it?
Actually, if you look at the heading, they are just saying that they are doing a submission. And in the submission, forms are indicated. Forms,
right.
For example.
So
Mr. Sanya, because this is not what the standard we have seen during the course of the review and during the course of us going through these files. Because when they submit requesting you for specific approval. And here, there is nothing like that. They just give you a background and ask you to approve. And you were obliged to ask them to identify what method of bidding that they intend to follow. And they should provide further, confirmation of BOQ, work methodology, price, etc. Is that not it?
Yes, but the whole submission is, if you look at the forms also indicate clearly the procurement method, because every procurement method have a unique form that must be completed. So it should have been indicated, but with the forms, the authority can, of course, know the procurement method that they intend to use.
But then why did you have to write here that they did not identify the method of procurement? If the form has clearly indicated that.
Just to draw their attention to what they're supposed to do, but the forms clearly indicate the procurement method that they should use.
So that form was attached in their bidding document that they submitted to you?
The form 001, the form that they completed, form 001, supposed to be.
What form is that? What form is 001?
The requisition.
The form 001 is supposed to be the record of open tender. Supposed to be open tender.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
So and that tells the authority that their intention is to use open tender.
Yeah.
So I had asked about works and services, and you said it would be in the form. But we had already gone through Form 100, and you agreed that they didn't indicate what they were procuring, whether it would be goods, works, or services. Have you seen it?
Didi?
You had said, so I asked you, after looking at your approval letter, I said that you didn't indicate that the procurement is supposed to be for works and not services.
Correct.
Right? And you had said that it's just the heading. The forms would indicate what it is. Now, I said that you had already agreed when we began, when we went through Form 100, that they did not actually indicate whether it would be for work, services, or goods. Is that correct?
Yes.
in such an instance, would you ask them to redo it, the documents, to the requisition form or whatever, to show the correct procurement?
Yes, in most cases we'll draw their attention to the deficiencies and then ask them to make corrections.
But that was not the case here.
Yes.
So I refer you to a letter that they sent to your office dated the 16th of June 2022.
Yes, 16th of June 2020.
Okay, and before we actually go into the letter, when they want to extend either the bidding period or anything about the dates, they usually seek approval from your office, right?
Yes.
So now in this letter, they're saying notification of a change to the deadline for inquiries and bid opening. Please be advised that the deadline for submitting inquiries and the date for bid opening have been changed in bid document for the construction of municipal library. We have moved the deadline for submission of bidder inquiries to 30th June instead of 28th June to allow sufficient time to respond to any bidder inquiries and to provide bidder adequate time for preparation of bid dossier. This change has also impacted the opening of the bid, which is now scheduled for the 14th of July rather than the 30th of June. Please find attached the amendment. I anticipate your usual collaboration. Now, you will agree that this is a notification. They're not seeking your approval for anything.
Yes, this is a notification.
And did you respond to this letter to inform them that they're supposed to seek your approval rather than just notifying you?
I don't think we responded.
Okay.
Yes, Council. Why do you think it's necessary that if the POs are amending bid documents, are doing any changes to the bid documents, they need your approval?
Now, in the first place, the amendments should be in line with what the law provides for. So,
and in short, that is why they need your approval to see whether they have complied with the law.
Exactly, yes, because the initial one must have been approved.
Yes.
So if they want to effect any changes, now they should also communicate to the authority.
And seek for that.
Yes, seek approval for that.
And why is that so?
Now, that is to ensure that we, like I said, whatever changes they want to effect is in line with what the law provides for.
And also to ensure that there is fair play in the whole process.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I refer you to the KETP minutes, Procurement Committee meeting minutes dated the 14th of July 2022.
Yes.
Okay, so the location is KMC Project Office, and the attendant list has Lamin Estanya, Abdullah Jammeh, Dodu Jallo, Bakari Diba, Mohamed Lamin Fatajo, Babukar C, Nenyima Kamara, Buba Jadama, and Abdullah Kebe as advisor. Now, this is the evaluation of the bids. Now, for evaluation process, they said that an open tender for the procurement of service for the construction of municipal library was publicized. Only one bidder, Bejam Enterprise Limited, responded to the tender to bid for the construction of municipal library. Even though it was only one bid, the evaluation was conducted based on fairness, impartiality, and transparency. Now, do you have any proof that it was actually published? And when it was published?
In the submissions, we have a publication by, I don't know which newspaper is this, but I have seen a publication entitled Canifing Environmental Transformation Program Kept Using a Sustainable Focus on New Integrated Waste Management Approaches in Drive Environmental, Social and Economic Transformation in Canifing. The Council has received financing, something like that, financing from the European Union towards the implementation of Canifing Environmental Transformation Program KEPT, and intends to apply part of the proceeds for the construction of municipal library at Canifing Municipal Council. The project now invites seal bids from eligible bidders for the construction of municipal library. The deadline for submission of enquiries is 30/6/2020. Interested bidders may request further information and inspect the bid documents from the Office of Project Director at KMC Main Office Complex. A complete set of the bid document may be purchased by interested bidders at non-refundable fee of $30,000. Bids must be delivered to the Office of the Project Director at KMC on or before 14 July 2022 at 12 noon local time and must be accompanied by bid security of 2%. Bids will be open in the presence of bidders, representatives who choose to attend at 12:30 on 14th July 2022 in the committee room of KMC. So this is a publication.
Now, as you had said, you can't tell in which newspaper it was published.
Yes.
Are you able to tell what date it was published?
No, from this submission we cannot.
Because the portion that has the date was not copied.
Correct.
Right. Now, so they have said analysis of bids. Please find attached the table. Deliberation. The committee deliberated on the proposals received based on the following: technical responsiveness, full compliance to requirements, and price. The bidder has fully complied to the requirements and specifications provided in the bidding document. With regards to the price, Bejam Enterprise Limited offered sum of $34,916,955. Recommendation. The Contracts Committee converged to evaluate Bejam's bid. The committee is pleased with their presentation and found the company to be responsive to the specifications. They have experience and resources in constructing similar major projects. They have proved good track record and reputation of constructing most of Trust Bank branches and similar projects of magnitude across the country. The committee therefore found Bejam Enterprise Limited to be a suitable and reliable company to undertake this project and recommended to invite them for negotiations on their bid price of $34,916,955. for the construction of the municipal library. Now, there's no indication here of a bid security, whether any bid security was provided. So we've gone through several bid evaluation minutes for KMC specifically, and usually, in fact, probably in all of them, they would state the bid amount, the bid security amount, and the percentage of the bid security. Now that is absent in this evaluation. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so I refer you also to the evaluation forms. Now, you confirm that, again, they did not use GPPA's standard evaluation form.
I'm still looking at the table.
You have the table? Okay, please
Yes.
provide us with the information that's in the table.
Under the table, there are two tables,
Okay.
but there seems to be one. And
Mrs. Sanyang,
yes.
please interpret what you see. Don't, just like what you see, what was submitted, and what is in the file, because these are files that are submitted to us from your office. So just interpret what you see on the file and the documents. Don't assume for anybody. Just state what you see on the files.
What I am reading is exactly what I have seen, because I am being always reminded that I am under oath, and for that being the case, I always say what I have seen. And what I am saying is, if you look at the table, you have a table, environmental transformation program kept, and you have the top part of the table where it is indicated with an arrow downwards, a bid security indicated with an arrow, something like that. Under it, you have bid evaluation held on July 14th, 2022, bid amount in Gambian dollars. Date 14/07/2022. Company name. Preliminaries 3,451,000. And it comes under, if you look at the top, you have something like bid security.
So on those things that you have said, arrows, they look like ticks.
Can you avail me the file, please? Just to restate what Council has stated, this bid evaluation form, you expect them to follow. Is it correct?
Yes, we agree.
Okay.
Thank you. So the things that you have called arrows, I think, are ticks. So they have ticked that bid form was provided, bid security was provided, GPPA clearance was provided, and their remarks are passed. Now, bid evaluation, they have said preliminaries, $3,451,000. Main library, $31,465,955, and the total is $34,916,955. But there's no amount for the bid security.
Well, bid security is not mentioned anywhere, but
bid security is on the top.
it's on the top.
Yes. So they have indicated that bid security was provided.
Now, on top there, for example, you have date.
You have what, sorry?
Date on top.
Yes.
And date is repeated on the other table below.
So the top says compliance and the bottom says evaluation, bid evaluation. Do you see the...
Now, if the top is saying compliance and the other one at the bottom is saying bid evaluation, and on top there you have bid, whether they comply to bid security. When it is evaluated, the bid security is supposed to. But we have, I have, because first, by the various procuring organizations. Here, the 3,451,000.
It's 34,916,000, right? And that is what's contained in the evaluation report. So bid security is usually an additional amount, is that not right? And it says usually they would put who provided the bid security, as in which institution provided the bid security, is that not right?
In the GPPA evaluation form.
Yes.
But
and even in KMC's contract committee meetings where they have bid evaluations, all the ones that we have gone through would have bid amount, bid security, percentage of bid security, and the amount for the bid security. Is that not what we have seen going through their files? So in this contracts or this procurement committee meeting minutes, there's nothing like that. Is that correct?
Correct.
And in the bid evaluation form, you can't, there's nowhere where they have said bid security amount. The bidding amount, or the bid amount, which is the total, is 34,916,955, which is what is reflected in their evaluation minutes.
Yes, and Mr. Sanyang, even
yes.
if you, yes, even when you want to assume that this 3 million, which is headed preliminaries, can go in for bid security, will be incorrect, because the is the price plus the bid security. Not so?
The bidded price.
I said here, even if you want to assume that might be the bid security, I'm saying it is wrong.
Okay.
It cannot be the bid security. Right?
Now,
yes, Council, I think it's a convenient point to stop.
okay.
Yes, it's past 4 o'clock. So, Mr. Sanyang, we'll call it a day till tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. Thank you. We may rise.